Hello and welcome back to Broadside Gaming with me, Zug. So today there has been a major patch to Helldivers and we're going to jump in and take a look at what they've changed. So, first of all, in the major update, our planetary hazards have been activated. So this adds many planets now have additional environmental challenges that will appear at random while you are deployed, from fire tornadoes to meteor showers and many, many more. I haven't actually had a chance to play that much today, but that does sound quite interesting. Everything's trying to kill us, why not the planet as well? A balance that's coming up that I think we all saw coming, eradicate missions have been changed. So, now, the eradicate missions now require more kills and enemies spawn more often. The time to complete the mission was previously shorter than intended and should now take twice as
Helldivers to
long
Hellpods.
to
Repeat.
complete.
Helldivers to Hellpods.
Thank you, voiceover. But I mean, it was taking people like 2 minutes to complete eradication missions, so if they're saying it's doubled 4 or 5 minutes for an eradicate. But again, you know, we really do need to get out of this mindset of farm the game until we're done. It's not really what the game's about, so I'm not too mad at that change. Okay, on to primary, secondary, and support weapons. Another change I thought may be coming, but hoped they wouldn't. The Breaker shotgun has had a decrease in its magazine capacity from 16 to 13, and its recoil has been increased from 30 to 55. I'm not sure how I feel about this change. I know that the Breaker is far too powerful, but I was in two minds about this. I do think that instead of decreasing the Breaker, they should have brought everything else up, because a lot of the other guns do feel like trash to use at the moment. I'm not saying you shouldn't use them, like I'm having fun using the Scorcher, but a lot of the other guns don't feel very good. So I don't think nerfing the only one that's working well is the right way to go. But obviously, their game, they can do what they want. We'll see what happens. More than likely, we'll get a massive overhaul of the weapons when the mech suits launch, which should be in the next week or two. Next up is the railgun, decreased armor penetration in safe mode, and decreased damage against durable enemy parts. So you won't just be popping stuff through heavy armor, you'll actually have to aim a little bit more with it, which is fair enough. And, you know, you shouldn't really be running on safe mode anyway. Unsafe mode is much more fun. If there's not a risk of exploding, why bother using it? Next up is the flamethrower, which has had its damage, increased damage per second has been increased by 50%. Very nice. I was playing with the flamethrower the other night with UG, and it did feel a bit eh.
Helldivers to Hellpods.
Shut up, game. Next up is the laser cannon, which has had it increased damage against durable enemy parts, increased armor penetration, and improved ergonomics. Not sure what the last part means. Well, I know ergonomics means. I don't know how that affects the game, but be fun to use. Next is the Punisher, which is the first pump action shotgun you get awarded. Increased total ammo capacity from 40 to 60, increased stagger force, increased damage from 40 per bullet to 45 per bullet. That's not a bad change. I did like the Punisher. And the Breaker spray and pray, increased armor penetration, increased fire rate from 300 to 330, increased number of pellets from 12 to 16 per shot, and decreased magazine size from 32 to 26. Okay, seems fair enough. And now for stratagems. Energy Shield Backpack has an increased delay before recharging. Annoying, but okay. And then the 380mm and 120mm orbital barrages have had their duration increased of the bombardment and decreased spread, so you should be able to kind of gauge where it's going to land now instead of it just being not very good. Which is nice, because the orbital barrages are really, really good if they actually hit what you think they're going to hit. And now we have a list of fixes. Fixed armor rating values not reducing damage as intended. Oh, that's good. Finally now, medium and heavy armor is actually worth using because they have armor values now. Hooray! Fixed certain bug holes, including stalker nests that were unnecessarily hard to destroy. Lovely. Fixed anti-aliasing toggle not working on PS5.
Helldivers to Hellpods. Repeat. Helldivers to Hellpods.
That's good for all of our console playing brothers. Balanced lighting across all planets to solve cases where the game was too dark. In other words, it was pitch black. Improved flashlight efficiency. Increased visibility during sand rain weather on Areta Prime. Updated tutorial materials and lighting. Improved cases where some materials could look blurry if lighting graphics setting was set to low. Fixed timing issues that could occur in the extract E710 primary objective. Changed button interaction behavior for buttons in bunker POIS. Helldivers now let go of the buttons after holding it for a few seconds. Fixed some cases of large assets floating if the ground beneath them was blown up. Helldivers standing next to ICBMs during launch will now get properly toasted with a chance of not so spontaneous combustion. That's quite funny. Fixed unthrowable snowballs after ragdolling. Fixed being able to use grenades after drowning. Fixed camera no longer locked on the player's own corpse and blocking spectator mode. Helldivers now take damage from fire, gas, etc. generated by other players. Armor no longer stretches when dismembered. All pretty decent fixes, and we're going to go on to the known issues. These are issues that were either introduced by this patch or are being worked on, or are from a previous version and have not yet been fixed. Game may crash after dropping several high-powered stratagems in succession. Picking up items from caches may cause the character to freeze in place for an extended period of time. I hate that bug. Picking up items from bunkers and caches in quick succession may render one of the items unpickable. Players cannot unfriend other players befriended via friend code. Players may be unable to select loadout or return to a ship when joining a multiplayer game session via PS5 activity card. Mission objective HUD display different numbers for client and host during some missions. Default armor is always shown while viewing the war bond, regardless of the armor that the player has equipped. Text chat box display is obscured by the cinematic lettering during extraction. Some text in the HUD and UI is missing or not displayed correctly. Players may experience issues when many players attempt to log in and or play at the same time. They haven't fixed the login rate limiting. Players may become disconnected during gameplay. Various UI issues may appear when the game interacts with servers. Some games may not be joinable by others for a short period of time. Release Captain Carlberg out. Happy diving.
Helldivers to Hellpods.
So,
Repeat.
there you go.
Helldivers to Hellpods.
That is, they are the patch notes. It is labelled a minor patch, so hopefully the next patch we will get is the mechs, with a slew of upgrades for everything really, guns and all that sort of stuff. And I think you'd all be with me saying we are waiting with bated breath for that patch, because I miss the mechs from Helldivers 1. There you go, patch notes. I hope you folks have enjoyed the video, and if you have, please like, subscribe, ring that little bell for notification, and check out the join button if you fancy it, which gives you access to our membership, and that also gives you access to the members-only Discord and other lovely, exciting things. Until the next video, take it easy, and I shall see you later. Thanks for watching, folks.